Hi there, I'm Sara Bradshaw Ray with Center Dynamics Group. As a leader, do you ever wonder why that new hire isn't thriving? Maybe your team dynamics feel off and you just can't quite put your finger on the cause. Might just be the way that staff meeting left everyone disengaged, but you don't really know what happened. If you've been there, you're not alone. Moments like this often happen in the workplace, and trying to figure it out can be maddening. But here's the thing, I want to propose to you today that situations like this can be avoided when you take the time to step back and look at the whole person with the goal of understanding not just what someone knows, but also how they feel and how they instinctively take action. As a part of the talent management section of the CIC Agency Management Institute, we explore the key elements of attracting, developing, and retaining talent. But my challenge to you today is now to step up to the next level of talent management by looking more holistically at how people in your organization and those you're looking to hire are wired. Because if you're not looking at the whole person, you're seeing one, maybe two slices of the person that's really there. The whole person approach focuses on three parts of the mind that also make up three parts of the person on the other side of the desk from you. First, it's their cognitive strengths. What a person knows, their skills, their knowledge, their experience. This is what you usually see on the resume, but it's also what you can test for as well. The second relates to their affective strengths. This is how a person feels, their likes, dislikes, preferences, and values. We often call this their personality. Tools like Clifton Strengths, DISC, Culture Index, even Enneagram can give us insight into this part of the person. The third is the part that often gets missed, their cognitive strengths. This is how a person is naturally wired to take purposeful action, their innate strengths of striving and doing. This is where the Colby-A index comes in, and often a missing piece in traditional hiring and leadership practices. Because when we only focus on a person's cognitive and or affective strengths, we miss an essential part of who someone is and a key indicator of that person's future success in a role. The cognitive mind reveals how a person instinctively operates, whether they're innately wired to innovate, build systems, dive into details, or a hands on action approach. And the key, unlike the variability of cognitive and our affective minds, these striving instincts don't change over time because it's a part of our hardwiring. So I want to encourage you to embrace an awareness of the whole person and unlock some very powerful benefits at the same time. For example, in hiring, instead of guessing how a candidate might operate, you can align their natural strengths with the needs of the role. Imagine hiring someone for a systems heavy job, knowing that they have strong instincts for systematizing order and processes. It's a perfect match from the start. In staff development, you can stop trying to force people into roles that drain their energy because they're working against their grain. Instead, realign responsibilities to match their strengths. And the cool thing is, this isn't just good for them, it's good for the entire team's productivity. As it relates to leadership, understanding the whole person helps you lead with empathy and precision because you know how to communicate effectively, delegate confidently, and build synergy among your team members. I hope you hear from me that the benefits of knowing the whole person are far beyond what I have time to cover. But speaking from experience, taking this whole person approach to talent management can be transformational for you personally as well as your organization. Let me use myself as an example. In the interest of time, I'm going to let my resume and my nearly 40 years in business speak for my cognitive strengths. But let me share a tiny glimpse of this whole person approach by using my own cognitive and affective strengths. My Colby A results reveal that I'm a high fact finder follow through, which means I thrive in situations that require strategic organization of information, then prioritizing it and organizing it into tactical sequences and systems. This aligns perfectly with two of my top five Clifton strengths, analytical and discipline, which are the rocket fuel for what I do all day, every day. And that's just a hint of my best self and why I've spent the last nearly 4 decades in the agency management world. It's been a game changer for me to know how and when I operate most productively and effectively. And the cool thing is, that's also where I find my greatest satisfaction and fulfillment in my doing. And what could be better than that? When you invest the time and the energy in understanding the whole person, not just what someone knows or how they feel, but you also learn how they naturally act, you gain tools to create a workplace where everyone operates at their best. When you take the time to look at the whole person, you also stop trying to fix weaknesses and you start empowering people to thrive in their strengths. That's also how you build teams that are not just productive, but are who are also profoundly engaged and aligned. So lead well, one whole relationship at a time.